sky. We're here, but there's no trace. Everywhere I turn, you kiss my face.
Swami's a little under the weather today, so Swami's not going to be in today. I think I might have been cut off in the beginning there. Namaste, this is Reset. Swami's not going to be in today. So he asked us to do a show on reflecting on, or asking the question, why meditation? I've got Sonic here with me, so I think we're going to open it up to calls here. The number is 646-716-6201. Sonic, you there?
I am here, Reset. Yes. Yeah. And also, you can Skype in the show, like Michael has. Hello, Michael.
Hey, Mike.
Namaste.
Namaste. So the question of why it's I think it's quite a fundamental question that everybody who plans to start meditating needs to do, and probably has done before they do start to meditate, on what benefit it may have on not even going into sort of realms of enlightenment and things like that. More just as a way of calming the mind to the stresses and strains of this modern life that we find ourselves in, and I think it gives you a break from having to deal with the monotony of people going to work, raising the kids, and I think it also gives you a bit of a leveler and a bit more of a this is of how what consciousness is, maybe, and also gives you more compassion to other human beings and other creatures on the planet in general, really. Anybody have any other take on that?
Well, I don't know. I guess you saying that, thought that kind of came to my mind was, how you were talking about just kind of not it necessarily affecting you in any, mental way, just kind of something as a little release. I mean, it kind of made me think of, years and years ago. I mean, even when I was younger, I mean, if you get kind of angry or something, they tell you, okay, well, just sit there, take a deep breath, clear your mind, just relax a little bit. That almost seems like a very light meditation method almost. Maybe just clear your mind, take a deep breath, and then go on with what you need to do if you're having some issues.
Yeah, I mean, that is basically meditation. Taking a deep breath and meditating, deep breath and calming your mind. That is meditation in every sense, really, because that's what you are doing. You're or recognizing the rise and fall of the different thoughts that appear to your mind, and you just let them go. You just see them as like transient things, which I think the more and more you meditate, to my mind, you get to a point where you start to see everything in that transient way. And yeah, just I think it also another reason why to meditate. It also brings you back to this moment now, rather than having the aspirations of a future event, waiting for that event to happen, and postponing your happiness for that event, probably only to be disappointed because it's never lived up to your expectations. So we need to, and I think society in general, the way it's being put forward is that people put onto a treadmill and they're not allowed off. So most people don't necessarily have, or don't think that they have the time and opportunity to just sit down for even 5 minutes for themselves and just clear the mind and take a deep breath, which is what they tell us when we're little kids. It's quite amazing, really, how much as children we are more aware than we are when we get older, because we have all this other, all this in bunny rabbit ears, adult stuff to deal with, like jobs, relationships, interacting with maybe disagreeable human beings. Yeah.
Oh, they're clean slates, I guess. Really, they've been programmed with all the BS, belief systems and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, who was? I think was it Andras on Saturday? He was saying about cults, and how from birth we're programmed into the cult of humanity, aren't we? So we are clean slates when we come in, and maybe it's very, very subtle programming when you're very little. Things like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, as it used to there, and all these very subtle, like underpinning sort of knowledge. And I always, just slightly off track, as talking about children, as a child, I remember there was sort of a like kids folklore about different plants. Like if you got a nettle sting, you just someone would tell you to rub the dot leaf on there, and it seems when we grow up, we still have that, but we don't necessarily use it and pass it on. Yeah, interesting. So getting back to the so this is a manifestation of mind that I grasped onto thought there, and then it manifested, and we got off the subject. And in this situation, Swami would say, just get back to repeating the mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, which I've been doing quite a lot of that this week, and it's a very, very good and powerful mantra.
So yeah, I guess, well, how about that? I mean, you kind of said maybe we should talk about our meditation experiences a little bit. That might fill a bit of time.
Yeah. So, do you want me to go first, or?
Well, you kind of were. I was just going to say, yeah, we might as well maybe do that.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been doing the Om Namah Shivaya mantra this week in different settings. So walking around, say go for a walk in the woods or something like that, or up on the hills, and just sort of connecting with the environment whilst reciting the mantra. I find that's quite nice, peaceful one to do. But to also just a sit down one where you just you're clearing your mind, and you get to that point where the big space of any of you guys had the experience of the big space in your head?
Big space in the head?
Big space in your head. It's quite hard to describe.
Well, I've had a feeling that almost kind of feels like I'm wearing a band around my head or something. That's about the only kind of weird feeling I guess I've had in my head, besides the slight tingling in the middle of my forehead a couple times.
Right. Okay.
But is it more something inside your head?
Well, it's not necessarily inside your head, but you've got you've got your eyes closed, and sort of most of the thoughts have died down, and you're just concentrating on your breath and the mantra, and all of a sudden it feels like you're in a really big hall. It's like it appears that there's loads of space going on there, and then when I start to open my eyes, that it feels like the space when my eyes are open is smaller than the space that was being perceived inside my head. Sort of the TARDIS.
Man, I sure wish we could get Swami's interpretation of that.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael,
Well,
how about you? Does that sound familiar? Anything you've come across?
Not the only head-related thing I've ever actually had, was the time where I was meditating and I felt like I was bleeding out of my ears. Still haven't figured that one out.
You thought you were breathing out of your ears?
Bleeding out of my ears, or something.
bleeding.
Something was oozing out of them.
Bleeding, did you say?
Yes. I wasn't actually bleeding, but that's what it felt like when I was meditating.
Okay.
But well, how else has your meditation been going for you? Aside from
Fairly good.
hesitation?
I don't know, fairly good. Working on adjusting to meditating in unusual places as I go about. But today I had a weird sensation of weight. But yeah, that happened today before I meditated. With feeling slow.
You're a little bit hard to hear, Michael. Are you right up on your mic?
One second, I'm a bit closer now. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm in awkward positioning right now, trying to keep warm. But like I was saying, I am during meditation yesterday, because I was meditating before the show. I had a weird sensation of weightlessness halfway through the meditation.
That's not something I've experienced before. Have you?
Yeah. I've not for a while, but I think it's what I think maybe what Michael's describing there is very similar to the big space. Yeah, it almost feels like you don't have a body. That all just melts away, and it's sort of you're just awareness of in a massive space.
Okay, well, I don't know. That almost kind of sort of reminds me of. Okay, so I guess this, just space or whatever, not really having. Is it kind of a clearing your mind type thing? Could you go along with that? Not necessarily a physical place you're at.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I guess I've noticed is that, when doing the mantra, one of the things I've noticed is that it seems like, the kind of weird materialistic thoughts we all have, I guess. I don't know. I guess lately I've been, for some reason, associating a lot of the thoughts that people have are kind of equate to like materialistic possessions. It almost seems because a lot of our thoughts kind of are just all having to do with, this realm and nothing else. So I don't know, but I kind of see those materialistic, trivial thoughts, I guess, kind of fading away as you meditate, and you seem to be left with the things that are a bit more important to you. At least that's what I'm experiencing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the overreporting of stuff diminishes the more you realise that it's all just an illusion.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess myself, I've been kind of busy this last week, so I've really only been able to do the bare minimum amount of meditation I should really be doing. But I don't know. I myself, for some reason, in sunlight, for some reason I find sunlight incredibly distracting when I meditate. Did sunlight go just fine for you too?
I'm fine. Meditating. I quite like meditating outside in the sun. Sometimes on the beach is quite good because waves act in this sort of similar way to your breath. Yeah, just go with the tide. I find if I do it in a really dark room, then I just fall asleep.
I guess one aspect of me is I usually meditate when I'm in my room, and I guess at this point I haven't really meditated in direct sunlight. It's just been through my window. I don't know, maybe that's part of it.
Yeah,
I tend not to meditate in the sunlight either, though I do find fluorescent lighting to be very, very distracting when I meditate.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason, when I'm in fluorescent lighting, it feels like my eyes are getting stabbed with a green ballpoint pen, and it's kind of hard to.
Well, it's probably better to meditate actually with a candle, and to it's quite a hard one to do. If you can get the hang of it, just don't sit. Actually, just sit on the floor and have a candle sort of eye level way, and just instead of actually closing your eyes fully, just have them just fractionally open, sort of gazing at the flame. That's quite a good one. Yeah, you can get quite deep into the flame there, and lamas and I would imagine Swamis as well, don't fully close their eyes when they're meditating. They sort of, they've got like a 1,000-yard stare going on. It's a really inspiring book by an amazing Lama called Sogyal Rinpoche, called the Tibetan Book of the Living and the Dying. And in there he recounts, he was brought up by a really high Lama, one of the on akin to the Dalai Lama, basically, and they were doing like a pilgrimage from one side of Tibet to the other, and on the way there was quite an elderly Tibetan Lama who was like a little bit lower in sort of Lama qualification than this guy's master. And on the way, this Lama died, and so people are going in to do, to say goodbye to him and things like that, and pay the respects. And so the master walks in, and he starts laughing and saying to him, "No, you don't do it like that." And this guy comes back to life. And the guy, the master, gave him a little bit more instruction, and then he went off again. But he sort of, he had the gaze, and so yeah, quite an amazing story, I think.
All right.
Yeah, it's a great book, though. Great book. I recommend it to everybody.
What was the title of that again? Oh,
It's called
Tibetan Book of the Living and the Dying, right?
Yeah,
Right.
by Sogyal Rinpoche, and that's quite the essence of the book is about the Dzogchen, 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 yeah, practice, which is a really a very simple practice, but very effective, and it is basically just a breathing exercise, and then being aware of the space in between the breaths, and expanding the awareness of that space in between the breaths to and eventually I've got it so yes, there is the space, but there's also the cycle of your breath, and that's quite an interesting one to ponder, because this is we all talk about cycles and revolutions and things like that. We're in this cycles of life, seasons, things like that. So yeah, that's a little cycle of breath. But let's get back to why to meditate. What made you reset? What made you want to start to meditate?
Well, years ago, I'd heard about it, and that, some people, just, help them calm down and stuff, and that it's just kind of a good thing to do. I don't know, I tried just sitting around, I guess, for a while. I think I kind of half-assed it, and nothing really came about. So, I just kind of didn't really give it much mind. And then, really the reason I got into it now is, you and Swami got a hold of me and asked if I could help out with the show. And I was like, yeah, what the heck, I could help out with that. sound is kind of my thing. And then talking to Swami, he's just kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to give you this mantra. I want you to do this. And I was like, all right, well, I'll give it a shot. And from there, I just kind of gave it a shot and actually tried. And yeah, I'm taking it. I think I'm going to stick with it.
Can you see a perceived difference in anything, say, I don't know, has it actually helped in ways?
Well, I'm feeling a lot more calm than I was before I did it, or before I started doing it regularly,
Right.
It's kind of one of the reasons that I think I found it right now, because we seem to be getting to this point where, I don't know, we're kind of seeming to enter a quickening of sorts where everything is happening so much faster, and there's just all this, everything flying everywhere, and I just needed a way to shut it off for a while so I could have a little time to myself to think my own thoughts,
Yeah.
And it definitely helps with that. With all the fear and propaganda and just whatever's flying around, it's just nice to be able to disconnect from that. And I can't help, with as much research and downloading and archiving stuff that I've been doing, it's been a long time since I had taken a step back and just decompressed for a while. I had kind of been in ramp-up mode, and just everything had been accelerating, and I think it finally just came to a head, and the universe said, no, you need to do this and stop for a minute.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I got pointed to the show, I guess. I don't know.
The universe works in many ways, because everything is universe. Excellent. Glad we and Swami put you onto that then.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So, Mike, what about yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
Okay. So, first of all, say how long have you been meditating for, and then how long have you been? What perceived effects have you noticed since starting to meditate?
I started meditation during the summertime, so it's been at least 9 months so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been meditating for around 9 months. And the most notable effect for me that I haven't had any symptoms or signs of since I started meditating. That all disappeared.
Excellent.
Apart from that, there's of course the fact that I'm just a lot calmer now, a bit more neutral, a bit more live and let live, I suppose. I really enjoy that bit.
That's always good. That's always a good one.
As for just, go ahead. Sorry.
So have you both experienced a lot more compassion then?
A bit. I've been trying to become a bit more, I think the word might be empathic towards other people and other things. Yeah, I've been fairly weak in that department for most of my life. Just happens the way I would suppose. I've been a bit better at it. I'm still not where I'd like to be, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I definitely feel, more selflessness myself, I guess, yeah. Kind of something I hadn't even really thought about until you mentioned it.
So I found that myself. I've been meditating for, quite a few years now. I started going to like a Buddhist place. I don't know, about 93, 94, and I've been doing it since. So me and a few friends, there was a little Buddhist centre in the town where we lived, and then they had their head monastery type place up in the Lake District, up in the north of England, and we went there and did like a little working holiday, and we had the good fortune of it, that particular weekend was there was like a free teaching going on. We didn't realise that when we went. It just sort of happened like that. Yeah. And it was sort of a big old like priory. I think it used to be. It had a Star of David on the Star of David on the stained glass as you went in the big tower. So it might have been some sort of Jewish place, I don't know, but the Buddhists bought it off them, and then it was a really, really peaceful place. I remember I had quite a long drive going up to it, and it was full of wild garlic, which is supposed to be quite a good energy coming off the wild garlic. I think it's like a purifier or something like that, which I found quite interesting. That the building and the people in it were all about purifying the minds, and there's this sort of physical thing there, purifying the air around the people, purifying the minds. That's how I started, and I've definitely found myself to be a lot more chilled. I mean, I've always been a pretty chilled person, but it definitely boosts your compassion and your love of humanity and other sentient beings that we live on, that we share this little spinning, spiraling rock.
So, am I correct in assuming? Oh, sorry, I thought my mic was on. So you didn't start with the mantra that Swami gives out. Then did you start with something different?
Yeah. Om Mani Padme Hum. That's pretty. One of my main ones. There's Om Mani. I'll find it. I haven't used that one for a while. It's a Padmasambhava mantra. Padmasambhava was one of the Buddhas that took. He was like in Tibetan Buddhism. He's considered like the second Buddha. He took the teachings from India to Tibet. There was another guy as well, called Tisha as well, I think. The mantra's like a blessing from him. That's quite a good one. But Padme Siddhi, Om Mani Padme Hum is it invokes the blessings of all the Buddhas. So that's quite a good one to do. In the Tibetan book of the Living and the Dying, there's a section in there that sort of goes through the what each sound syllable of the mantra means, and what, like in the Bible says that first came the word. So this explanation of the mantra is explaining the significance of the sound that you're saying, and how that invokes different parts of this multiverse. But if you just talk, I'll just go and get the book and I'll tell you. Back in a moment. And Steve, if you're listening, and then call in, my friend. You want to hear your meditation stories.
Yes.
If anybody else wants to ring in, the number is 646-716-6201, and you can also Skype on the blog talk page there. So, Reset, whilst I'm just getting this book, have you heard of any other mantras apart from the one that Swami has? Hello, Reset?
Oh, hey. Oh, whoa. Thought my mic was on. Okay. Wow, now I forgot where I was. No.
Have you?
No, I haven't really heard any other mantras aside from the one that Swami gave me. I think I've read one or two here or there over the years, but never really realized what they were. But the reason I guess I more or less asked was because I just the other day kind of noticed that the first time I had heard the mantra that Swami gave out, the Om Namah Shivaya, I was must have been a child when I first heard it, because I'm relatively certain that in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the guy that gets his heart ripped out in the cage is saying the mantra.
Yeah, I think they're Kali worshippers.
Yeah.
And
Is it slightly different then?
no, I mean I've no idea. I haven't seen that film for years.
Yeah, me neither.
But I think Kali and here's Swami. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hello there.
Namaste, Swami.
How are you, my friend?
Excuse me. How is everyone today?
Fairly good.
Doing well, I suppose.
Mike, good to hear you.
Good to hear you, Swami.
Excuse me. I had to call in. I was trying to just kind of chill and not, but you guys are doing such a good job. I had to get in and be part of it.
Excellent. Are you feeling okay though now? Not being sick, are you?
Oh wow, I'm hardly able to understand anything you just said.
Oh, he was just asking how you're doing, if you're feeling any better.
Oh, well, you know, the physical body continues to do physical body stuff, and sometimes being sick is part of it. And, you know, no big deal. Haven't. Didn't think I was going to be able to do it, but so I are here, and I want to thank you guys for speaking so highly of what it is. I am quite honored to hand to people if they will take it. Because that's really all they got to do, you know. Once upon a time, making progress like you guys are making right now took a long time. of hard work. But right now, there's this kind of cycles within cycles within cycles are culminating, you know? And there's so many directions one can go in, depending on depending on what thoughts within their own minds they wish to support. You know, for those who want to see doom and gloom, there's plenty of that. For those who want to see positive things going on in people's lives, there's things like friendshipagenda.com. You know, look at how much has been accomplished just through the fact that Brendan, the involved observer, decided to just do this thing.
Yes, it is.
Look at everything that's grown out of that thus far.
Yeah. We've all met, if not in a physical, more maybe in a spiritual way. We've connected, and we're now broadcasting that peace and love to the world. Let's hope the world's listening. So,
hold on, you guys. Carry on my house.
Okay. So I've got this book now, and I just found the it's called the Guru, the Vajra Guru Mantra, and this is to Padmasambhava, and it is Om Ah Hum Vajra Guru Padme Siddhi Hum. That's a really, really nice one. It's a bit longer than Om Namah Shivaya, but it's quite a nice one. And yeah, it's so Om Ah Hum. It's saying here, brings the realization of the three aspects of the nature of mind. Om, bringing the realization of unceasing energy and compassion, or bringing the realization of its radiant nature, and Hum being the realization of its sky-like essence. And I think maybe when I was trying to explain the space before, the space inside my head, is really, the sky-like essence is quite a good way of describing that, in that if you imagine a blue sky, no clouds in it, and then you have like a bird just flying through the sky, and the bird sort of represents the body, and the sky represents mind in general, so, and consciousness. So also you could describe it as you've got a bottle, and the space inside the bottle and the space outside of the bottle are the same. The only thing that separates the two is the
Excuse me, guys. Reset.
Yeah. Hey, Swami, what's up?
Reset. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. I want you to play the close music. We're going to terminate the transmission right here.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And we will get together and do this next week.
All right, take care, Swami. Bye, everybody.
Namaste, Swami.
Namaste.
Swami. Namaste.
Shankara